Imagine waking up one morning, opening your eyes, and instead of hearing birds or the distant hum of cars, all you hear is the steady buzzing of life support machines. You pull back the shade, and outside there's no blue sky, no green trees, no rivers, just a vast, empty desert, painted red with dust and rock. Welcome to Mars, humanity's potential second home. Mars is smaller than Earth, colder and far less welcoming. But people dream about living there, building cities under glass domes and calling it a new beginning. Let's dive into what life would actually look like if humans tried to settle there. Gravity would be the first thing you'd notice. Mars has only about 1/3 of Earth's gravity. If you weighed 200 pounds here, on Mars, you'd weigh about 65. That sounds incredible. Like you've been on the best diet of your life overnight. You'd jump higher, carry heavy equipment with ease, and maybe even feel like a superhero. But there's a dark side. Your body is designed for Earth. Over time, weaker gravity means your muscles and bones would deteriorate. Without hours of daily exercise, you'd end up fragile, weaker than you ever were on Earth. Imagine being forced to hit the gym every single day just to keep your skeleton from crumbling. Breathing would be your next problem. Mars's atmosphere is over 95% carbon dioxide, with almost no oxygen. Step outside, without a suit, and you'd collapse in seconds. Life would be confined to sealed bases, domes, or underground tunnels. Fresh air wouldn't exist. It would be manufactured, recycled, rationed. Every breath you take would depend on technology. And if something failed, you wouldn't have minutes, you'd have seconds. Temperature wouldn't make things easier. The average is about -80 degrees Fahrenheit, but it can drop far lower at night. On the warmest days near the equator, you might get a brief afternoon at a comfortable 70, but as soon as the sun sets, the cold hits like a hammer. Add in massive dust storms that can cover the entire planet for months, blocking sunlight and solar power. And you get a world where even the weather is trying to kill you. Daily life would feel very different from Earth. A day on Mars, called a sol, lasts about 24 hours and 40 minutes, so close to Earth's cycle that your body could adjust. But everything else would feel alien. Food wouldn't come from farms, but from hydroponic labs and sealed greenhouses. Imagine living off potatoes, beans, and lab-grown protein bars. Coffee, a rare luxury. Burgers? Forget about it. You'd eat what science could grow, not what you crave. Social life might be the hardest part. Imagine living in a small group of people, locked away inside metal walls with no escape, no forests, no oceans, no cities full of strangers to disappear into. Just the same faces, the same corridors, the same routines. Arguments would flare, loneliness would hit, and cabin fever would be real. Life on Mars wouldn't just test our technology, it would test our patience, our friendships, our ability to live without freedom. Yet despite all that, Mars offers something Earth never could: a new beginning. A place where humanity could reinvent itself. No nations, no old politics, no borders, just a colony of people united by survival. Maybe over time, Martians would see themselves as something different. Not Earthlings anymore, but pioneers of a new world. A society with its own rules, its own culture, its own identity. Would we survive? With enough technology, discipline, and cooperation? Yes. But it wouldn't be glamorous. It would be cold, harsh, and unforgiving. Still, the idea of walking on another planet, building homes under its skies, and starting over is irresistible. So here's the real question. If you had the chance, would you go? Would you leave Earth, with its chaos, traffic jams and taxes, but also with its beaches, pizza and sunsets, to live on a dusty red rock millions of miles away? Would you trade comfort for the thrill of being among the first humans on a brand new world? Because one day, that decision might not be science fiction. It might be an invitation